This week, we talk about a really cool surprise that came fresh off of the Hogwarts Express. We talk about that really fun new adventure with the Mandalorian and Grogu. We talk about all kinds of upcoming sequels and prequels and remakes of some of your favorite movie franchises and a whole lot more. Welcome to the Infinite Taylorverse. Warning.
Red alert.
Ay, 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 ay!
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger!
That's the emergency alert.
This episode is full of spoilers for some of the latest and greatest nerdy movies and shows.
Spoilers.
Listener discretion is advised.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Infinite Taylorverse podcast. I'm Billie Taylor.
And I'm Taylor Oxner.
And this week we are back to nerd out about all the fun stuff happening out there in the pop culture universe. But before we jump into the news and everything, Taylor, what have you been nerding out about this week, man?
This week I've been nerding out about the DC's Compact Collection.
Okay.
Compact Comics. They have different series and stories now that are in these compact versions that are like $10 a piece.
Okay.
They're really cool. I got the Authority one this week and I've started it.
Oh, very cool. Have you read The Authority before?
No, I haven't. This would be my first time.
Oh, nice. I have never read The Authority. And so, yeah, I'll have to have you report back to me and let me know what goes on and everything.
Yeah, all I know is that this is the Warren Ellis run.
Okay.
So it's the run that most people think of when they think of The Authority, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Nice. Well, this week I'm nerding out about a couple of things. So, everybody that's listened for any number of time, you know that I'm a huge fan of getting autographs and meeting celebs and things like that. Well, a little while back, I got curious and I went to Google and I typed in who are celebrities that are really good at returning fan mail. And funny enough, a handful of names came up. There were some cool ones. Danny Trejo was one of them, Machete, and Linda Carter, who was Wonder Woman, was one of them. Daniel Radcliffe, who is Harry Potter, was one of them. And there was a few more. So I looked up what's kind of the proper etiquette if you're wanting an autograph from someone that would return some fan mail. And, most things made perfect sense. It said to have an envelope that you put the postage on it yourself and, address it to yourself and put the return address as the celebrity and put that inside of a bigger envelope with, a letter that you write to them, letting them know you're a fan and all this good stuff and politely asking for an autograph. And then maybe a photo or whatever item you want autographed inside that all those things inside the bigger envelope and then put some postage on that and send it to them. Actually, I sent one to all those people I just mentioned. And a couple of days ago in the mail, not expecting it to ever happen, I got a return package from Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter himself, which was so cool. And what I put in there was this letter that I wrote. And I just went to the store and bought a Harry Potter Funko Pop, one that's not really a valuable one or anything like that. Took the toy out and folded up the box and asked for an autograph. And sure enough, almost 2 months later, I got it back. And I couldn't believe it. When I opened it up, I was kind of lost for words. I couldn't believe he did it, which was super awesome.
awesome.
And nerding out about a couple of things. So I guess a few nights ago, Sporting KC had a big Star Wars night here in the Kansas City area. I didn't go to it. I didn't even know it was happening, to be honest. But I guess yesterday, a kid from school met up with my daughter and gave her this really cool Star Wars Grogu Sporting KC collaborative bobblehead and said, "Hey, I want you to give this to your dad." So she brought that home and was like, "Look what this kid, gave me to give you." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, that is so awesome." So I'm kind of nerding out about this kid who brought me this really cool Sporting KC Star Wars bobblehead.
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, it's been a fun week to nerd out. And I guess we can say things a little bit out of order because the first thing I wanted to bring up has to do with Star Wars. And I won't get too spoilery or anything because I don't know who has or hasn't seen the movie yet. But I went and saw The Mandalorian and Grogu with my family and I freaking loved it.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it just looked. Does it just feel like a big episode of the show, or does it feel like a movie?
the scope of how it looked and the pacing made it movie-like. But in terms of the stuff that goes down, it really did just feel like an extra long, maybe 2 or 3 mashed together episodes, which for me, that didn't take away from it. I thought, it was filmed in IMAX and the graphics were amazing and there were so many throwbacks to classic Star Wars with the animatronics and puppetry versus CGI, and it just looked great. It looked so great. And I thought the story was so fun. And, we get to see Grogu do a few things without his dad, without the Mandalorian. And I don't know. Again, I don't want to spoil too much, but I loved it so much. And there's people complaining like, oh, it just felt too much like watching the TV show. And I saw someone's response to that saying, oh no, you got to watch one of your favorite TV shows on the IMAX with some popcorn surrounded by people you love. Oh no, how awful.
That's funny.
So yeah, if you're wanting overall progression in the entire Star Wars universe, you might be disappointed. But if you're wanting a visually beautiful, extremely fun adventure with some of your favorite characters, that truly, it felt like a standalone thing. I think anyone who never really watched Mandalorian and Grogu could have enjoyed this. And then, of course, people who do watch Mandalorian, they definitely enjoy it, if that makes sense. They did a great job kind of making it its own thing, but also a part of something bigger. That's how I felt.
Oh, that's awesome. We saw the commercial with the little guy today, and he was like, I really want to see it. So I think we might take him. I'm not sure though.
Yeah. Does he scare easily to jump scares?
Yeah,
There's nothing that's murder scary or anything like that, but there's a handful of little jump scares that it didn't make Henry, who's 7, it didn't terrify him or anything like that, but he definitely, gasped at some of the jump scares.
okay, that's cute.
Yeah. And the little, outside of Grogu, there's the little, I don't know their species name, but Babu Frick from the sequel movies. It's that species. Those
Oh
little
yeah,
guys, they are so funny when they finally come into play in the movie. And their ship is hilarious. It's so small, but it's a whole ship. Like, I don't know. I thought it was a great adventure, a great flick. And I don't know, anyone listening, give it a chance. Don't listen to the haters. I loved it.
that's awesome. I'm excited. I'm excited to see it. I'm more excited for the movie we're going to see on Friday.
Yeah.
I am excited to see it. We're going to go see The Backrooms on Friday.
Yes. And tell the listeners, if they don't know what you're talking about, where can they kind of see some back history on this?
So if you look up Kane Pixels on YouTube, Kane Pixels Pixels, he's like the created. Wait, I don't know. It originally was like a post on like Reddit or something, and then Kane Pixels decided to like basically create a whole world around it. And so he created this world, and it's found footage, liminal space horror. And A24 now has the movie rights to it. So he is directing a movie now. When he started this when he was 16. So this is a pretty crazy thing. He's really young. He's only like 20 and he's directing this big budget movie now. Yeah, it's really cool if you're into that kind of thing. Also, there's the time travel element in it that is really interesting. It's definitely not for kids whatsoever, but it's definitely one of those things that it's less is more kind of thing. That makes sense. Like you don't see a lot. There are jump scares and things like that, but it's not as frequently you see anything like that. It's more of the fear of the spaces themselves. Like the back rooms are living almost, like the walls are alive.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very excited to see it.
And that's awesome. Let's see. Doing things a little bit out of order as usual. DC doesn't have a ton of news this week, but for collectors like me, who's been trying to collect those superpowers figures, you will have noticed this past year has been kind of, lacking in the superpowers figures. There has not been a release in quite some time. But McFarlane just made a post about a whole new wave that's about to come out soon. And I don't know if who's listening knows much about McFarlane sold the rights to DC stuff to Mattel, and they're almost done making DC stuff altogether. So when these next couple of waves of the different types of figures wrap up, McFarlane won't be making any more DC stuff.
Oh,
But
wow.
I know it's crazy. But this new superpowers wave is going to include a very 80s looking Supergirl with kind of the wavy hair, and then an old man Hal Jordan with the gray hair. on the sides,
Yeah.
and an Eradicator Superman and a Cyborg Superman, and then the masked Robin with, I think he's the Earth 2 Robin with that full green, almost cowl, but it's more of a mask on his face, and then Power Girl. So they're finally doing a female heavy, I guess it's not female heavy, there's 2 characters, but that's more than they've usually been doing.
Oh, okay.
But I'm kinda excited, they finally putting a few more out.
Yeah, it's almost have a full set.
Yeah, almost have the complete set. There's 3 figures that I do not have, and the aftermarket prices are stupid ridiculous. These are $10 figures, and people are asking, 100 plus bucks a pop for the Reverse Flash, the original Hal Jordan, and the original Black Manta. And, people who lucked out and got one of those off the shelf, that's awesome. But those 3 figures, that's $30 worth of figures, would cost me minimum 300 bucks to get them on eBay or something, and that sucks
Wow.
so bad.
Yeah, aftermarket stuff sucks.
I'm gonna, be kind of tore up for quite some time without a complete set because there's no way I'm paying those prices.
Yeah. Well, maybe you'll find one at a discount store or something.
Yeah, maybe just like my holy grail back in the day was the really cool Justice League Unlimited figure of that, futuristic post-apocalyptic Superman where his cape and shirt and all his clothes are all torn up and he's got a long beard. I finally found one of those, I think back in 2021, and I haven't really had a grail since. So maybe, just maybe, we'll go to a con one day and someone will have some of these on the shelf for not too crazy of a price.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Over with Marvel, there's been a lot going on. There's been a lot of images being released from Daredevil Born Again Season 3, and someone released an image of the actress Iman Vellani on the set of Daredevil Born Again Season 3. So nothing at all has been confirmed, but she's been there. But how crazy would that be if Ms. Marvel showed up in Season 3 of Daredevil?
That would be insane.
I'm trying to picture, throwing in something, much more mystical than we're used to in a show like that. I think that'd be kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, it might be.
So, a handful of folks have recently got a chance to watch a preview of Spider-Man Brand New Day, and the remarks that these people are putting out there sound pretty awesome. Let me just read a few of them to you guys. It says this movie contains possibly the best fight in the entire MCU, so that's high praise right there. It says Sadie Sink's character is a huge standout in this film and possibly one of the best characters to exist in the multiverse saga. So also cool. It says this may be the best Spider-Man movie that exists, and it's definitely in the top 5 MCU movies, according to a viewer. That's kind of cool to hear. It says there are many needle drop type moments throughout the movie, and almost everyone that watched it gave it a 9.5 out of 10. So that sounds like high praise to me.
Yeah, that sounds like it's going to be really good.
Some other news, they did a TV spot recently, a really short one, but it revealed someone who appears to be the leader of the Hand, and then they came out with an article online, and it sounds like the leader of the Hand is Miriko Yashida, who, comic book lovers knows that she's the daughter of the Japanese crime boss, Lord Shingen, and the half-sister of Silver Samurai. And this is the same Miriko who falls in love with Wolverine through that whole story arc. So that'd be kind of crazy if that's who that actually is, and kind of cool.
It'd be like super cool.
And speaking of the Spider-Verse, later this very week, the Spider Noir premieres on Amazon Prime. It comes out on May 27th. So for you guys listening, by the time you're listening to this episode, it's already out. And I'm super pumped to catch it.
Yeah, they
And-
released it. They released it early.
Yeah, I saw that. Okay, so for subscribers of MGM Plus, you could go ahead and watch it as of today, the 25th. So I'm kind of excited to watch this. This is also getting a lot of high praise from people who've seen it. Do you think you're going to watch it in black and white or color?
I'll watch it in color.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's cool in black and white. I just want to see all the colors of like the villains and like the costumes and everything. I don't know. For me, that's like a big deal.
Yeah.
I might if I wind up really enjoying it, I might watch it again in black and white.
Yeah. I've planned on watching it in both, but I don't know which one I'm going to watch first yet. I haven't decided.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pumped to watch that. The final thing I have with Marvel, And this is probably one of those well duh type things, but the Russo brothers were recently in an interview talking about Avengers Doomsday, and they were quoted saying that this movie is going to completely reinvent the entire MCU, which we've kind of all expected that. It's going to be a soft reboot once we get through Doomsday and Secret Wars. But yeah, every little bit these people keep saying is making me want it so bad. And we still have, what, 7 months until it comes out? I can't
Yeah,
wait.
it's a long time.
Yeah.
Especially since Spider-Man's just around the corner. I mean, we're gonna see that and then be like, okay.
I know. I wonder what the post-credits scene for Spider-Man will be. If it'll be its own kind of a thing, or if it will connect to Doomsday.
Maybe he'll get a suit.
Yeah, a black suit.
Yeah. I mean, they if they don't give him the black suit during this whole Doomsday Secret War era, that's gonna be a mistake, I think.
Oh, I agree. I've been thinking, you know how up until the very end of the last Spider-Man movie, he had these very high-tech Tony Stark iron technology, nanobots, whatever suits. And now at the end of the most recent one, he has this hand-stitched suit that he made, going back to the basics. I don't think the symbiote, I don't know if it would have worked okay, because do you think the nanobots and whatever could have protected him? But now he's just wearing a cloth suit, so now he's susceptible to it.
Yeah, didn't think about that, but that makes sense.
Yeah, so anyway, he can be affected by it, and I'm excited to see if they do that or not. I really hope they do. That would be the perfect post-credit scene, and it definitely would lead up into these upcoming Secret War situations.
Yeah, I heard today, that was Spider-Man related that Andrew Garfield will have a black suit in the Secret Wars movie.
Ooh, that'd be awesome. What if all three OGs do?
Oh, that'd be crazy.
But yeah, can't wait. Elsewhere out there in the pop culture universe, there's a lot of stuff going on. This past week, The Boys had their series finale, which was insane. Have you had a chance to see that?
I haven't yet.
Okay, I don't want to spoil it for you, but I will just say that I personally was extremely satisfied.
Good.
That's
I'm
all
glad.
I'm gonna say. For fans of all the classic Disney stuff, when you were little, did you watch Gargoyles?
Yeah.
I loved Gargoyles so much. Gargoyles, Darkwing Duck, all those type of shows. But Disney just announced that they're going to be making a sequel show to the Gargoyles series, kind of like X-Men has X-Men 97 and all that. They're doing
Mhm.
that, but with Gargoyles, and I think that's awesome.
What are we gonna call it, Gargoyles, like 98?
Oh, who knows? But that would be pretty sweet.
I'm ready for some more X-Men 97.
Oh, I know. That is about a month away, I think. We're real close to that.
Yeah, it's gonna be epic.
And kind of some bummer news for fans of all the recent Star Trek series on Paramount. Well, they just came out saying that once we get Starfleet Academy Season 2 next year, that's the final Star Trek series they're going to be putting out at all. And they're going to focus on movies. So, on one hand, yay, some Star Trek movies. But on the other hand, I've really enjoyed those shows. So, it's going to be a bummer losing out on all those weekly
Yeah.
Star Trek shows.
Well, I mean, it's like it used to be. It's like we'll get movies for a while, and then there'll be a show, and then there'll be movies for a while.
Yeah. Hey, as long as they bring us some good stuff, I guess I'll be all right.
Yeah. I think with just Star Trek, they don't oversaturate.
Yeah. Oh, this one's kind of crazy. They just announced that there is a live action Grinch 2 in the works with Jim Carrey coming back as the Grinch. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, that is cool.
I wonder what the plot will be because, you know, the whole first movie, the whole plot is this
The
grumpy,
bus.
worn down dude grows a heart and a conscience. So I don't know. Maybe he's got to save the town from something else or who knows. But hey, Jim Carrey's coming back, so I'm down.
What if there's like a Grinchier Grinch?
Yeah.
Or they find another type of character like the Grinch?
Yeah. Or we see more of his species or something, whatever he is.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
But yeah, that'll be fun. No other details about when and all that, just the fact that it's happening. So that's kind of cool. Oh, for fans of Power Rangers and comic books, there's a new comic book series coming out called Power Rangers Green, and it takes place in the future of the OG story, way down the road. Tommy's kind of an old man with a beard that's starting to turn gray and stuff. And it looks not exactly post apocalyptic, but it looks kind of like a lot of battle has happened. And in fact, he's living inside of the decapitated head of the Dragon Zord and all kinds of stuff. And someone
Oh, wow.
released some images of this, and it looks really dang cool. So that comes out, I believe, next month, and I'm super pumped to read that one.
Right on.
Let's see. We know that there's a live action Legend of Zelda movie coming. It's going to be here in 2027. And they just announced that It had an original air date of May 2027, but they just bumped it up to April 2027. So I don't know if that's because of maybe a conflicting other franchise of movies or something. But anyway, we're getting that a month sooner, and I'm cool with that.
Good.
Yeah. For fans of the Reacher series on Amazon Prime, season 4 has not even released yet, and they've already renewed it for season 5. And I have to say, when it comes to, disgruntled ex-military cop type dudes taking on the whole world in the name of justice, this is probably my top favorite of that type of show. So I'm excited that we're getting at least 2 more seasons of it.
That's awesome.
Ooh, talked about this a little bit recently, but we're about, as of this recording, about 10 days away. So by the time you guys are listening to this, we're about a week away from the new Masters of the Universe movie, and that looks pretty fun.
Yeah, that looks like a blast. I still think it doesn't look like it's real. Every time you see a trailer for it, I'm always just like, this is not real.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely going to be super fun and super nostalgic. And I'm not a big collector of the fancy popcorn buckets because some of them are crazy priced. For example, the Mandalorian and Grogu, I really wanted the helmet popcorn bucket, but they
Yeah.
wanted $80 for that thing. There was no way I was buying that.
Wow. Well, the He-Man sword is how much?
I guarantee it's probably the same price, $80. But the sword is so cool. It's a life-size, power sword.
That
And
you can drink out of.
yeah, you unscrew the handle and you can drink out of it. And then you unscrew the bottom part of the sword and it could have popcorn in it. So I don't know. It looks awesome and I want it, but there's no way I'm paying $80 for it.
Yeah. So, what character are you looking forward to seeing the most in real life, toy-wise?
Toy-wise, my favorite character was always Orko. So I'm excited to see what he looks like in the live action. And I'll definitely get at least a Funko Pop of it if it comes out.
Yeah. I'm excited to see if Mossman is in it
But yeah.
or Grizzlor.
Yep. I'm trying to think. The one that stands out that I know I saw in the trailer was Trapjaw. He looked kind of cool.
Yeah, Trapjaw looked great. The colors were so vibrant. That's the one
Uh-huh.
thing that make the whole movie. The colors look so Thor Ragnarok
Uh-huh.
almost. So that's why I'm kind of in it. I heard Jared Leto's not super stoked on the movie.
Yeah, I saw that article too, where he just is not feeling it. But someone else was like, dude, you were feeling Morbius and Tron, and those sucked.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Oh, I also love that is it the MGM logo or whatever it is? They put
Battle Cat.
they put Battle Cat in this place, and that was kind of fun.
Yeah, it is way fun.
Yeah, that's coming up real soon. By the time you guys are listening next week, I can't wait to watch it. There's a handful of sequels and prequels and all kinds of stuff coming our way. For fans of the Jason Statham movie, The Meg 3 is on its way, so that's kind of crazy.
Oh, wow.
For fans of the 80s classic Gremlins 3 is on its way, and they actually gave a release date. It'll be here November 19th, 2027, so that's kind of cool. Oh, Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock are returning for Speed 3. That's also kind of crazy.
Oh, that's insane.
And apparently all the behind the scenes negotiating and this and that and all that is finished. And Johnny Depp has officially agreed to return for Pirates of the Caribbean 6. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, man, I wonder how much money he's getting paid for that.
Right. There's a prequel to the Rambo movies called John Rambo. That's the name of the movie. And Sylvester Stallone is producing it. And that's coming early 2027. And it's going to star James Franco.
I don't see it.
Yeah, I know. Is he doing the whole, Marvel treatment, getting jacked and everything? I don't know. But
It'd be insane.
yeah, and this is not satire. That's really happening.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Netflix is remaking the Stephen King movie Cujo. So that's kind of cool.
I hope they give it the It treatment.
Oh, yeah. If it's even half as good as those It movies and the series, it'll be great. Now, having said that, those were HBO Max, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We've talked a little bit about the live-action Voltron movie that's coming with Henry Cavill as the star, but I don't know how you want to look at it. Some news about that came about where it's no longer going to be in theaters. It's going to go straight to Amazon Prime Video.
Is he playing the big robot? Is he playing Voltron? Is he
Right.
Voltron?
He's the lion leg.
I can't. That's so funny to me now. I don't know why.
He's going to be King Alfor, the former ruler of planet Altea and the original creator of the lions. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
So that's it with movies and stuff. Do you have anything about wrestling for the week?
Yeah, last Saturday was Saturday night's main event, and it was spectacular for the first time. Usually those things aren't that great. I mean, the John Cena retirement one was cool, but it was a retirement, so it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
This one was more like the classic ones. And yeah, just a lot of good matches. And then this weekend is Clash in Italy on Sunday night. So there'll be that.
That's awesome. So what goes down in the Clash in Italy stuff?
The Clash in Italy, it's basically a PLE like all the other ones, but it's in Italy.
Oh, okay.
So they do always do like a Clash in. What's like last year's was like Clash in Paris.
Okay.
They had before that was Clash at the Castle, which was in Ireland. But yeah, it's like one of they go overseas and they go to a bunch of different places in Europe and do a bunch of shows, and it's always a pretty cool PLE because usually they do something because it's overseas and they don't go overseas like a ton, so they kind of pull out all the stops for that.
Nice.
What's funny though about this PLE is that all the matches on it are rematches. So people calling it Clash and Rematch Italy. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. This one, they're all matches.
So people who've already fought each other.
Yeah, everyone here has fought each other once.
So some of them might have some grudges.
It's definitely a bunch of grudge matches. It's gonna be a lot. Also, the big match, the one I'm really excited for, is the Brock Lesnar came out of retirement to fight Obafemi. So we'll see who is the bigger slab of meat.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, listeners, there is your news for the week. All kinds of fun stuff with the shows and entertainment and movies we love. So get out there, find yourself something to read. Hope you had a good week. The sun is starting to come out, and I don't know, summer is approaching and it's kind of nice. The whole seasonal depression clouds are opening up, which is a big deal.
Yeah.
But hey, find something fun to do, find something fun to read or watch or play, and ask for us here at the Taylorverse. I've been Billie Taylor.
And I'm Taylor Oxner.
And come back next week, guys. Same Taylor channel, same Taylor time.
Bye.
Bye.